So for participation, I like to do something where it's just week one, day one, week one, day two. Because if I set it up like, by date, then every year I need to change, or every semester I need to change what those dates are. So how can I get my week one, day one? I could type it in like this, week one, day one. Okay, week one, day two. Okay, that's going to be a little bit cumbersome. That might take a while. But instead of doing that, what I could do, we'll recognize that pattern. Let's see what it does with autofill. Week one, day three, week one, day four. That's looking good. And then 7, and then 8, and then 9. Well, that's not looking quite so good. So I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that. I want to create a pattern here. So I'm creating a new spreadsheet. I come down to the bottom and I press New Sheet. I've got my new sheet. And I'm going to say I want week one, day one, and then I want week, one, day, I can't type, day two. And so that's pretty much how I want my pattern to repeat. So I'm just going to copy, these right here are staying. So there we go. It's just going to be like that all the way down. Let's see how that looks. It only does if I do 4, even number, maybe it's getting odd. So I got to have even number. So if I look up to, right into my name box, I could see them at 20 rows, 19 rows, and this is my name box right up here. So if I selected 3 rows, it'll only paste into the even. But if I select even rows, so right now I'm at 20 rows, and you can see that up there when I'm pulling this down, 20 rows. Now I paste, and it filled in day one, day two, day one, day two. And I could do this like if I meet 5 days a week, if I meet 5 days a week with my students, I'm using Control C, Control V there. I can now copy that, and I just need to make sure that up there in my name box up here, I go by increments of 5. So I'm going to highlight that, Control C to copy it, look in my name box, I'm at 25, and Control V. Now I got day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to select these columns and delete them because I don't need that part for my grade book. All right, so my week one, the week part's going to come down also. And then I need this to be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So let's see if it'll recognize that pattern. If I select 1, 1, 2, 2, I don't think it's going to do it. Yeah, looks not right. So how else could I do this? I could perchance create a formula where this one is going to be equal to the one right above it plus 1. And then this one is just going to be equal to whatever's right above it. So now if I copy those, let's see what happens. That's pretty cool. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. And I need to go actually through week 18, so I'm just going to copy all this. And there we go. So now I've got that all in separate columns, but I need to get that into one column. So I'm going to use a text formula function called concatenate. I don't know why that's hard for me to say. Concatenate. And I'm going to say I want this, and then I want a space, and then I want this, and then I want a space, and then I want this, and then I want a space, and then I want, what did I do last? D3, so this is my last one, E3, and there we go. Week 1, day 1. That is awesome. I'm going to copy that all the way down. Whoops. And the way I just moved around there was I hit Control C to copy that cell. I came over with my arrow key, my left arrow key. I held down Control on my keyboard and pressed the down arrow key. I came over with my right arrow key, so not holding down Control, and then I hold down Control and Shift, and that selects everything up above it. So what is that? What are those keys doing? So if I just press my arrow key, I'm just going down one at a time. If I hit Control, I go to the end of all of my entries or the end of the spreadsheet. And so here I came to the next entry, holding down Control and using my arrow key. If I just use the arrow key, I go over 1. If I hold down Control and hit the down arrow key, I go to the bottom. And now if I come over with just an arrow key, there we go, and hold down Control and Shift, it goes to the next entry. And it also selects everything. So I just selected everything, and now I press Control V, and now I pasted all of my entries. So that's looking pretty good. There's a little bit of an anomaly going on there, right? Like my day 2, right here, it has an extra space in it for whatever reason. I'm not going to worry about that. It probably has to do, where's the space? It's right after week. It's right after week. So I bet you I have a space in there. And there it is. There we go. So now I'm just going to copy that one and put it here, and you'll see everything over here in this column adjust when I hit Control V. Escape first, undo that, Control V. There we go, that looks much better. All right, so these are all formulas here. So if I copy these, they're going to be, and paste them, it's just going to paste formulas. But if I copy it, Control C, and then just come right next to it and choose under Home, I have Paste Special. And I could choose to paste values. So I'm going to paste the values. And now you can see that here I've got the text. And over here I had the formulas, as you can see from up here. Or I could go into Formula, Show Formulas, and I see that these are formulas, and that's just the text. And I'm going to take Show Formulas off. All right. So now I've got my week 1, day 1, but that's not, that's running vertical, and over here in my gradebook, I need it to run horizontal. So I'm going to copy all of this stuff in my week 1, day 1, Control C, and right up here at the top, I'm just going to choose again Home, Paste Special, Paste Special, and then choose Transpose. And that's going to take it from a column into a row. And now we've got all that over here running as a row, so I could Control C that, and then come back over here to my gradebook, delete those 2 entries, and I can press Control V, my copy came undone, Control C, and Control V, and I've just pasted all that in. They're not formatted like these other ones because it took the formatting with it from where it came from, so I'm going to select one of the cells where I like the formatting, choose the Format Painter, and now paint over all of these to get the same formatting. And there we have it, all of my attendance, all of my attendance. I'm going to adjust all these columns. So I'm just going to select all these columns by left clicking and dragging.